Dave Allen defeated by Arslanbek Makhmudov in a 12-round dominant performance, in a 12-round beatdown. That was an incredible performance from Arslanbek Makhmudov. That was a very, very good performance, especially because he's fighting away from home. He's facing a crowd that is pro Dave Allen, and he gets in there and pulls out the best performance of his career. That was a great win. Congratulations to Arslanbek Makhmudov. All credit to him. First of all, guys, I was wrong with my predictions because I went back and forth predicting this fight. I did. In my initial preview for this fight, I said that Arslanbek Makhmudov was going to win this fight. I said that Arslanbek Makhmudov was going to shock Dave Allen. And I was right. But I changed my mind because I saw the way Dave Allen was talking before the fight, during the fight week, the interviews, the way he came across. He came across as if he was motivated. He came across as if he knew that he was fighting from home and therefore could not let his fans down. And I felt like Dave Allen was going to do it. I really do. But it was just very clear that Arslanbek Makhmudov was the better fighter. And actually, my initial prediction was right. And guys, I made mention of two reasons. In that initial preview, I said there are two reasons why Arslanbek Makhmudov will shock Dave Allen. And guess what? One of those reasons was the main reason why Arslanbek Makhmudov won this fight. And that is Dave Allen does not fight very well against taller, rangier fighters. And in that video, I made David Price as an example. In that fight against David Price kept it very long. He used his jab. He made sure that the distance was really well managed, and Dave Allen could not get around the jab. And that's exactly what we saw in this fight. Arslanbek Makhmudov, in the first round, he came out, he basically established his jab, he established the right hand down the pipe, and he kept the fight really long, very straightforward, not making a lot of mistakes in there, and he put a lot of pressure on Dave Allen. In the first few rounds, Dave Allen was on the ropes a lot because there's a lot of power coming from Arslanbek Makhmudov, and it was very long in the sense that his jab was long, his distance was long, and Dave Allen could not get around that because I had watched that fight with David Price. And when I saw that fight, I've watched it so many times just to analyze the way, because I thought that Arslanbek Makhmudov and David Price were around the same height. And therefore, if Arslanbek Makhmudov was going to do anything to win this fight, he had to study how David Price won that fight against Dave Allen. And that's exactly what he did. Kept it long. And unfortunately, as I mentioned in my preview, Dave Allen could not get around that long jab, that long right hand down the pipe. And guys, Dave Allen took a lot of punishment in this fight. He did. Like, he took so much punishment. And I think that was the reason why he was drained. Because the commentators, the DAZN commentators were all asking, why is Dave Allen not letting his hands go? And that was because he was knackered. And that was because he had been beaten down. He had been beaten from round 1 to round 10. And people were asking around round 10, the commentators, why is Dave Allen not letting his hands go? And that was because he's tired. He's taking a lot of punishment. He's taking a lot of right hands. He's taking massive shots in there. And those shots, they take a lot out of you. And we saw that in that fight. But in the first few rounds, Arslanbek Makhmudov just exerted dominance on Dave Allen. And Dave Allen could not understand and could not find a way to overcome the challenge that he was facing. And that's something that I actually mentioned in my previous where I said, when Dave Allen is fighting bigger fighters and taller fighters, when they keep it at a long range, he doesn't know how to find the solution to those problems that has been presented to him. And that's exactly what we saw. But Dave Allen came along very well in this fight. From the middle rounds onwards, of course, we saw Arslanbek Makhmudov lose a bit of gas, and that's something that I also mentioned, that he would lose some gas as time goes on because he hasn't got the best gas tank in the division. So it is, inevitable that he loses some, gas. And actually, when I did my final prediction, which I was wrong, I said that Dave Allen was going to come on very strong in the latter rounds and start landing big shots. And Dave Allen actually had some success in the latter rounds. But ultimately, that wasn't enough to defeat Arslanbek Makhmudov because he had banked in a lot of rounds in the earlier rounds and a lot of rounds, of course, after round 6. He was still dominant. I mean, the referee took points away from Arslanbek Makhmudov, but still, he was able to defeat Dave Allen. Now, Dave Allen's success came in this fight when he got close. And I said, if Dave Allen is going to have success, he has to get close because, Makhmudov is tall, he's keeping it tall, and it is the onus is on a shorter fighter to try and get on the inside and work on the inside. And every time that Dave Allen had success, that was because he was working on the inside. And one particular moment in this fight that Dave Allen had a lot of success, I believe, was the end of round 9. When Makhmudov was very tired, Dave Allen managed to get Makhmudov on the ropes and he started teeing off. And at that point, it felt as though Dave Allen was going to, take the momentum of the fight and, really go on to stop Makhmudov. Because from round 9 onwards, all Dave Allen needed was a stoppage. He wasn't going to win this fight on point. He wasn't going to win this fight any way, shape or form unless he gets the stoppage. And he couldn't do it. Yes, he had a massive end of round 9 where he was teeing off on Arslanbek Makhmudov, landing right hooks, left hooks, uppercuts, and really looking good. But once again, he was tired because one thing that I think played a part in Dave Allen being tired, apart from taking shots. And actually, when I did my final prediction, I said that Dave Allen was overweight. He came in at 259. Dave Allen, I think his optimal weight is 245 or 244, which he did come in some of his previous fights a long time ago. So him coming in at 259 when Arslanbek Makhmudov, the guy that is 6'6", coming in at 261, it was very clear that Dave Allen was overweight. And as the fight goes on, when he's taking a lot of punishment and when he's tired, that weight is not going to bode well for any fighter when you're carrying a lot of mass. And maybe that mass also helped him. That weight also helped him absorb a lot of punishment that he took from Arslanbek Makhmudov, because Makhmudov landed some incredibly hard right hands down the pipe, some left hooks as well, and Dave Allen took them well. So Makhmudov, he knew that he had to put on that weight, and Dave Allen actually put on that weight to be able to absorb the punishment as well. Look, it was a dominant performance from Makhmudov from round 1 to round 12. He boxed very well. He was patient. When he was tired, he knew when to take some round off. He knew when to manage his gas tank. And, they couldn't rob him. The judges could not rob Arslanbek Makhmudov because, he dominated almost every single round in that fight. You could give Dave Allen a few rounds here and there, but you couldn't give him more than 3 rounds in that fight. The most of the rounds were won clearly by Arslanbek Makhmudov. And he goes home, he goes to Russia, he goes to Canada where he leaves with the win, and he deserves it. Credit to him. You guys get in the comment section and let me know what you thought about this particular fight. Arslanbek Makhmudov dominating and beating Dave Allen in Sheffield. My name is Bright. This is the Bright Show Podcast Boxing. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.